Okay, good morning students. Welcome to chemistry session. In the last session, we are discussing regarding the acids, mainly regarding acid. So let us continue the topic. So we come across we are saying the acid. Last class we gave what is called acid, what are the characteristics of acid, and what are the normal acids we see in our surrounding. Okay, just before going for the further topic of acid, let me give the name, the acid, from where you got this name. Actually, the term acid is obtained from a Latin word. It is obtained from the Latin word called as acidus. It's called as acidus. What is the meaning of acidus? Means any substances which are sour in taste, is normally called as acidus. So that's why initial definition of acid, when you say what are called acid, means any substance which is sour in taste is called as an acid, we are saying. But as all the acids cannot be tasted, then we have given the definition in another way, that acid is a substance which can able to give the H plus ion, okay, which gives the acid substance which gives H plus ions in aqueous medium or in presence of water, reset. Okay, coming to let me give few of the examples of acids which we come across in our mostly in our daily life. Okay, so let us coming to the first one you can have is the formic acid. Here I am not writing any formulas, just I am writing the name of the acid and from where you get this compound. Formic acid. Next one that have is called as acetic acid. Formic acid, it is also called by the name called as methanoic acid. Formic acid or methanoic acid is there. From where do you get this formic acid? Means we get mostly from the honeybees. Okay, we get from the honeybees. So normally whenever the honeybee bites us, we get a lot of burning sensation, itching, redness of the skin occurs. Why it is so means the insects, honeybee insect is introducing the acid, which has a formic acid into our body. That acid starts corroding that particular area of the skin, thereby the skin gets redness or etc. Coming to the second one is acetic acid. This acetic acid, where you come across this acetic acid means we see in our kitchen, that is we see the acetic acid in the vinegar. The diluted acetic acid is commonly called as a vinegar. We use this one for the cooking purpose. Mainly we use for the cooking purpose, for getting a little bit of sour taste for different items. What we do, we use this vinegar. Okay, coming to the next one is called, we have is oxalic acid. Okay, oxalic acid. Okay, coming to the oxalic acid, this oxalic acid is present in the mainly spinach. Okay, spinach, the leafy vegetable normally. Along this one, you may also come across in the tomato. Okay, we can come across in the tomato case. Okay, oxalic acid. Next one, lactic acid. Lactic acid. The lactic acid is mostly present in the case of the milk, or you come across as a curd. Okay, lactic acid come across a milk and what you can call as a curd. Okay, next one, oleic acid. It is mainly present in the olive oil. Next one, palmitic acid. Palmitic acid mostly present in our palm oil, okay, or we can say palmolin oil. Palm oil, we say that we can Next one, tartaric acid. Tartaric acid mostly present in the, what you can say, tamarind. Tamarind, what we are using the tamarind, very sour in taste, and also grapes. Grapes also contain the tartaric acid. You can see the raw grapes, when you say, they are very sour in taste. So it is normally it has a tartaric acid. Next one is called tonic acid. Have is a tonic acid. This is present in the tea. This has it. You see, some of the names we don't come across, or we don't pronounce in our daily life also. Why it is so means it's not peculiarly we don't come across in our outside. We generally don't use the word. That's why this acetic acid, okay, we can use. Lactic acid we can use. Okay, tartaric acid we can use. But the remaining acids generally we don't discuss in our daily life. But why I'm giving this example means we are eating a number of acids. We are eating a number of acids, and as you are studying the topic of acid, you should also have a minimum idea which item is containing which type of acid. Okay, that we can say. And along with this one, we can have amino acids. Amino acids, the most common of which one have proteins. Amino acids mostly present in the case of the, we can have the proteins. And we have uric acid. The uric acid mostly it is present in the urine. Okay. These are the 10, means not only 10, we have the still more also is there. Still we can write the more we can have. Next one, stearic acid. Stearic acid mostly present in the fats. Okay, the different type of the fats. We are eating the different what you can non-vegetarian or the fatty materials. In that one we come across is a stearic acid. And along this one, citric acid. You see, citric acid is mostly present in our citrus fruits, like we can have lemon, and also in the case of the orange we can use this one, citric acid. Next, ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid, this ascorbic acid is commonly called as what? Vitamin C. Ascorbic, the chemical name of vitamin C is we can say is a ascorbic acid. Where it is present? It is present in amla. Okay, it is present in the amla fruit, and also we can have the guava. You see, like this we can have. Generally, you see, all the items, whatever we are using, we eat the guava. Okay, we drink lemon. Okay, next one, we eat the different type of proteins. Proteinous food we are taking. Automatically we are taking this one. We drink tea, means indirectly we are taking this acid. We eat tamarind, grapes, and we are using the oil, palm oil for the cooking purpose. And olive oil also is one type of oil we use. Milk curd we use daily. Tomatoes we use. Vinegar. So means daily for one or other purpose we are using many acids in our daily life. Okay, any acid, when it is taken in the limited quantity, it don't cause any problem. Okay, when any acid is taken in excess quantity, then it starts creating the problem, like side effect. It creates a side effects like burning sensations. Okay, some other disadvantage is there. Okay, so, and along this one we have, these are the few I am giving. Remember, not only total answers again, I am giving the few. Along with this, we come across normally, I will say the in the worksheet, if you are seeing the worksheet, in the last worksheet given, few questions are there. In that questions, we come across, we can call as a sulfuric acid. And that one we call as sulfuric acid. The formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Okay. The sulfuric acid is called as king of chemicals. It's called as king of chemicals, they say. Okay, everyone says, sir, in the chemistry, in this one also kings and queens will be there. The why we are using called as a king means it plays a major role. This acid plays a major role in the preparation of many other chemicals. Okay, that much of importance is given. Based on the importance, it is given normally it is called as a king of chemicals, we say. And here we can call this has a one common name. Okay, this is having the common name. This common name of sulfuric acid, oil of vitriol. What is the common name of sulfuric acid? Oil of vitriol. In some of the competitive exams, they ask sulfuric acid is commonly called as, commonly given by as, what you can say, oil of vitriol. Next, we have one more acid I'll give to you. We can call as a nitric acid. Nitric acid, which is called as a HNO3. And do remember, where to use this sulfuric acid? You can ask me question. Here we are using. This is mainly used in our batteries. Batteries, our inverter batteries or automobile batteries. We use that one. And also we use the sulfuric acid in the preparation of fertilizers. Okay, many more are there that we can discuss later. Next, we come across the nitric acid. Its formula is we can say HNO3. The nitric acid also we use in the case of the different way. In case of we are using this one, it is commonly called by the name called royal water. It has a common name. Okay. Why I am saying this word means no, generally regularly we use a word called nitric acid only, but in some or other place in the explanation part you may come across this word royal water. What is called royal water? The nitric acid, it's a common name of the nitric acid is royal water, we say. Okay, where to use this nitric acid? Okay, nitric acid is also mostly it is used in the fertilizers. Nitric acid also used in the preparation of the fertilizers. Next one, we can have one more thing I'll give. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, the name of the formula of hydrochloric acid is HCl. Okay, hydrochloric acid. Where do you see come across hydrochloric means? Hydrochloric acid is present in our human body. It is present. Where it is there? It is present in our stomach in the form of what you can call gastric juice. The main juice which is required for our digestion of the food is what we can call hydrochloric acid. That's why what we say, due to one or other condition, if what happens, this gastric juice is produced in more quantity in our stomach, sometimes we may get the burning sensation in the stomach. Mostly we see the condition in the case of the adults. So due to any of the problem, this HCl is produced more in our body, that will cause the burning sensation. Further may lead to the problem of acidity, ulcers, like this we say. So these are the few what I can say name of the acids and the sources of the different type of acids. Okay, right. Coming to the main topics of today. After the general characters of acid, we have is the chemical reaction of acids. Chemical property or chemical reactions of acids. So many acids are there, but all the acids will generally undergo few chemical reaction. In that one, the first reaction is the reaction with metals. Reaction of acid with the metals. Acids can readily react with the metals. Any acid normally can readily react with the metals and converts gives a product is metal salts with the release of hydrogen gas. The question which is asked in many competitive exams in the either 10th standard or the plus 1 standard, which gas is released whenever the acids reacts with the metals is which one is hydrogen gas. The hydrogen gas is a colorless, odorless gas. Like how you are seeing the oxygen. Oxygen don't have any smell, it don't have any type of color. We can't identify. Okay, here also it will be the H2 will be a colorless as well as the odorless gas. But how can we say, how do you know that that gas is a hydrogen gas? Means we have one speciality. The hydrogen gas one speciality is whenever the hydrogen gas is evolving, it produces a sound called as pop-up sound, which you can say pop sound. We say pop-up sound. Okay. So I will explain this one by taking one example. So you have the acid. I take the acid is HCl. I am taking the metal is zinc. So to understand here, I am taking in a conical flask. Let's take in a conical flask like this. A clean conical flask you take. In that one, first you place a few zinc granules. Zinc will be in the state of the what I can say powder state, like a coffee crystals, etc. You can take the zinc granules. Okay, to this one you add the HCl. That to HCl what we are using in the laboratory, we don't use the full concentrated, we use a little bit diluted. Okay, because students like you also will be doing this experiment. So when you unfortunately also if it falls on a hand, it should not cause any problem. That's why we use the HCl in the state of the diluted state. That's why we call as AQ, aqueous. AQ means what? HCl is dissolved in the water. Now adding the HCl, I pour the HCl into this one. Okay. So you pour the HCl. This is the what we can say diluted HCl. After pouring, you close this. What happened? Conical flask with a rubber cork. You try to close with a rubber cork. Just you keep this one on a table. In your table, just you keep. No heating, nothing is there. You are keeping conical flask on a table. It should be clean. First you pour the zinc granules in it. Then you pour the dilute HCl. Then you close with a rubber cork. And this rubber cork should have one small hole. And through the hole, we should able to insert one. What I can say delivery tube. What I can take a straw type. Okay, normally the straw which you are using for drinking of cool drink etc. Bent straw will be there. Like that you can able to see a straw you can invert. So this is a delivery tube. In the terms of chemistry language, what you can call it delivery tube will be there. So after here you keep it and you go on observing. Just go on observing here. After observing for a 2 minutes or 3 minutes etc. you observe small bubbles coming on here. Small bubbles coming up here. We are not heating, we are not doing anything. Just it is a constant. But on the surface of this HCl, you get small bubbles will be getting. Any solution, if it is any liquid, you can say any liquid if it is giving bubbles means indirectly it is evolving the gases. You have to know the point. Any liquid which is in constant position, if you observe small bubbles coming on that one, indicates that some gas is evolving from that one. Okay, this gas we can't see with our eye. Just based on the bubbles, we are thinking that it is a gas. Okay, if this is a gas, obviously the gases don't settle down. Any gas always move towards top. That's why let's expect these gases will move up. If they move up, here it is closed. Automatically they have a provision. Here is it is having a provision. Is this one? It will pass through this delivery tube and comes out. So if it is coming out also we don't know because we can't see with our eye. It is a colorless, odorless gas. So what you do? You take one matchstick. You lit that matchstick and you keep that matchstick here. You keep that matchstick here. Just this is a matchstick. Okay, everyone knows when you lit a one matchstick how much flame you will get, you know. So you keep this matchstick here and just what happened in the edge of this delivery you keep. Okay. Suppose if the gas here, if it is a hydrogen gas, if really it is a hydrogen gas, the hydrogen gas passes through this delivery tube and enters into here. Whenever it is coming out, it gives a little bit of a sound, pop-up sound I said, like a like sound it will produce. And moreover the speciality of this one is, whenever the gas, it will touch this flame, the flame of the intensity of flame will be increased. Means how do you think? Means if you lit the 10 matchsticks at a time, how much flame you will get? Now here also you will get. First you know you only lit one matchstick, you know the flame, but the flame intensity will be increased 10 times. Why it will increase 10 times? Means the hydrogen gas, which is a gas, which one? Hydrogen gas is flammable nature, means it supports the flame, it helps in catching fire fastly. So that's why what happened? Hydrogen gas there. So first initially it is there, it will intensify flame. Okay, the hint which you are getting is based on the flame you are getting. Students like you are new to the laboratories, you may not you will be learning few experiments in the 10th class, so you may not able to know what happened, pop-up sound, etc. You don't observe in the beginning, but you can clearly notice flame changes. Flame first it will be small, after if it is in the beginning, because in the beginning first you will very the intensity of flame will be very less. After certain time, what happened? The intensity of flame will be increased. It will be increased more. When it is increased means only gas which intensify the flame is which gas? Hydrogen gas. And the hydrogen gas speciality is it gives a pop-up sound. But like this is sound, it will be reduced. And the hydrogen is a mostly explosive nature. It is the lightest gas. I'll say one point too. If you write the chemical reaction, zinc solid, it converts into ZnCl2 and releases the hydrogen gas. Okay, when you write the balance, this will be in the state of the case of yes, aqueous, and this is gas. You see here it is. This is a balanced reaction of this one. So, and I'll say hydrogen has a specialties. Now you can see for different functions, inauguration, etc. We we fill the gas in the balloons, and in the opening ceremonies release the balloons which can go out. The gas which is filled here in that one is a helium balloons, helium gas. That's why it is helium balloons we say. But in the a few years back, okay, almost in the 1960s, first they used to fill the balloons with the gas is hydrogen gas, because it is a very light gas. It's a very light gas, and we used to fill the balloons with one. But unfortunately, in one of the incident, in one opening ceremony in a stadium, they filled a lot of balloons with the hydrogen gas. Due to a little bit of fire incident, totally what happened? A fire explosion has taken place, because hydrogen will intensify flame. It has exploded the flame, and due to that incident, many of them has been killed. That's from that we are not filling the balloons with the hydrogen. We are filling the balloons now outside with the what happened? Helium. Is it? So that's why you have to play the hydrogen gas is a what happened? Pop-up sound, and it will intensify the flame. Next, coming to the second, we can say, coming to the second reaction. Second reaction is reaction with metal carbonates and bicarbonates. Reaction with metal carbonates and bicarbonate. So here we come across this point is whenever the acids, any acid can react with the metal, I'll say the formula of metal carbonate means along with the metal carbonate ion will be there. Whenever it reacts with the metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate, metal carbonates or metal bicarbonate, it will react fastly and it will convert into the product. We'll get the three products here: metal salt plus water, and one more here we are getting is the CO2. Okay, CO2, which is CO2 gas. Here also you get one gas. Okay, when a metal reacts with pure metal, when an acid reacts with a pure metal, the gas releasing is hydrogen gas. When an acid reacts with metal carbonates or bicarbonate, the gas released is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide gas mostly what happen listen our daily life. It is also colorless, odorless gas. It don't have any color, it don't have any smell. Okay, one example you'll see. We have the HCl reacts with the metal carbonate. First we'll see with the metal carbonate Na2CO3. Okay, this is called as sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate. Okay, do you know the common name of sodium carbonate? We in our houses we use the sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is commonly called as washing soda. Remember the word. Sodium carbonate is commonly called, we can say, washing soda. In our houses we use the what happen? We use the powder for cleaning, washing soda. Whenever it is reacted, here also remember, no heating, nothing we do. Just how to do generally in the case means, you take I'll draw the experiment. First I will write, then I will draw. It will give rise to salt. Next one, it gives rise to water. And next one question here comes is CO2 gas. Okay, this will be in the state of the aqueous state, this is in liquid state, and CO2 is a gas. Okay, how to do this experiment? How do this means? Here also, first you take one conical flask, a clean conical flask. Okay, it should be dry. In that one, first you take sodium carbonate powder. Sodium carbonate will be in the state of the powder state. You take sodium carbonate powder. Okay, so this is Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. After this one, now you add the HCl, same diluted HCl we try to take. Diluted HCl you pour into this one. You pour in diluted HCl into conical flask. After pouring, you are not heating nothing, just you keep on table, and on the after keeping this one, first you pour the sodium carbonate, and this is one is the dilute HCl. So after pouring, just here also you try to close this one with a rubber cork. What is this one? This is a rubber cork. Everyone asks a question, sir, why you are closing the rubber cork? Means any external gases or anything should not disturb the reaction. Only which are containing in the conical flask, HCl and sodium carbonate. When both are reacting automatically, what we observe here also after noticing, this rubber cork should have one small delivery tube. It also should have a small delivery tube as bent straw type delivery tube. So after keeping here, we are on the table. After 5 minutes, when you observe this one, you observe small bubbles. Here also you observe small bubbles coming on the surface of the HCl. Remember, we are not disturbing the liquid. Whenever disturbing the liquid, when the bubbles are formed, we can clearly notice. We can clearly small bubbles are getting. So bubbles getting means indication some gas is evolving. Which gas we too don't know. Okay, it is evolving. So gas which are evolved automatically they move up. So this gas also automatically they come out. And there is no chance of escaping to outside. So it will pass through this one and enter, come out. And here also test is there. So how you are saying it is CO2 gas only means there is a simple test we can take. One test is you take a flame. You lit the flame. What happened? You lit the matchstick and you keep here the matchstick. When you lit the matchstick, automatically observe the flame will be exhausted. The flame will be automatically exhausted. It indicates the gas CO2 is a gas which stops burning. Okay, which exhaust stops burning. Okay, that is the case. CO2 will stop burn. That is the main indication of here. So I'll say one more example is there. One more still for a better one. Sir, this flame is exhausted. Many of them will not agree. That's what happened. You try to take this. You try to take one liquid in one beaker. You take a special liquid called as a lime water. A special liquid called as a lime water. Lime water is not our lemon water. Remember, lime water is not our lemon water. Lime water is nothing but calcium hydroxide liquid. Calcium hydroxide liquid is called lime water. It is a colorless liquid. It is a colorless liquid. So what you do is that you make arrangement such a way that this delivery tube is dipped in this lime water. So remember, same it's look like our water, same water in this case. So this water is there. Suppose if your gas is evolving, the gas passes through this whatever delivery tube, transfers through this delivery tube, and automatically reaches into this one. So you observe if anything gas is entering into this one, automatically you observe some bubbles getting like how you see in your aquarium. When you pass oxygen cylinder, oxygen gas into aquarium, you observe the water will be getting bubbles. So here also you will get bubbles. Okay. When you leave it, when this reaction here is going on, and here what gas is releasing? CO2 gas will be continuously releasing, and the gas will be going and enter here. Within a minute or two, okay, within a minute or two, first initially the lime water is in which state? Liquid, colorless, same like water. After a minute or two, we observe this will be turned into what happened? Milky white color. It will turn into milky white precipitate will be formed. White will be turned into like a buttermilk color. You can assume like buttermilk. There is a change, quite change in the color of the liquid. So white is appearing. Why the color is changed means here the substance is what we have taken, calcium hydroxide, which is a lime water, immediately reacts with the carbon dioxide gas and converts into calcium carbonate and water. This, due to formation of calcium carbonate, we will get the what happened? Milky white precipitate. As a lime water is basically colorless. It is converted into the 100% test, which is proves the formation of carbon dioxide in the chemistry laboratory is by passing this carbon dioxide gas into which one? Lime water. Lime water was colorless, same water like it will be turned into milky white precipitate due to the formation, milky white precipitate due to formation of a compound called calcium carbonate. So this will prove the gas release is a carbon dioxide gas. Okay. Similarly, same how we have, I will write the same reaction. Sodium carbonate, we can write one bicarbonate, metal bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is commonly called as baking soda. Every kitchen will have baking soda. Okay. When you have same process, when you do here, it will also convert into NaCl, H2O, same reaction. Here also it will be. See, that's why both common with metal salt, water and carbon dioxide. This test of carbon dioxide you can do for both of them is there. Okay. In the next session, we'll discuss some more chemical reaction and try to write the notes and do the worksheets which are given. Okay. Thank you.